Hi, this is Phil from PDQ Merchant Enterprises and ATM Mastermind Group page, and in today's video we'll be talking about the top 5 do's and don'ts about getting an ATM in a location that already has an ATM in it. Always remember, we have the ATM Mastermind Group page that's free to join for like-minded individuals just like yourself. We have the ATM A to Z book that teaches you from A to Z how to be successful in the ATM business. I took over 20 years of experience. I put it in this book, and it'll teach you everything you need to know to get into the ATM business. For the rest, we also have the ATM A to Z course that teaches you from A to Z how to be successful in the ATM business. We put all kinds of documentation in a documentation vault, contracts, secrets of getting locations, how to drive revenue to you, anything and everything you need to know how to get into the ATM business. Don't forget, at PDQ Merchant Enterprise, we always buy your freedom back one transaction at a time. And so for further ado, the top 5 do's and don'ts about getting an ATM into a location that already has an ATM in it. Point number 1. So you go into a location, you see an ATM, and the ATM's broke. First thing we do is I always ask, I see your ATM is broke. Do you guys own the ATM? And I get the answer yes or no. Now the answer is no, we don't own the ATM. And I ask the store clerk or the bartender or whoever, are you guys happy? Number 1, are you guys happy with your ATM provider? If they say yes, that just never happens. We're not. Or if they say no, we're not happy because the ATM is always broken. It's always out of money. Customers are always yelling at us. I'm tired of this situation. All right, so now, boom, that opened the door for me to do my thing, to talk to the owner and get them to at least listen to the conversation and then ultimately provide them an ATM and get them to switch into ours. So the first thing is we're gonna ask them, are they happy with their ATM provider? Point number 2, then I get to have the conversation with the owner, store owner, bartender, whoever it is, and I say, do you guys have a location agreement for this ATM? Most of the time, almost relentless, they will say, I don't think so, even though they probably do. So I gotta drill it out. Did you sign anything in the beginning? How do you getting paid? What's the story? And so most of the time, after I ask a series of questions, and then they finally say, you know what, I do remember signing something, I'm not really sure, and then say, okay, so what we wanna do is we wanna ask that other ATM provider, can you provide a copy of our agreement that we signed in the beginning? When you get this, then you'll know, is there any life on the agreement? Is there an agreement in place? Is it expired? What is this? So there's the next steps you guys got to do when you are trying to get a location agreement from the old owner to find out, is it in place and is valid? So you got to ask those questions. Point number 3, I do know that they have a location agreement and I do know that they're not happy with their other ATM provider. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to encourage the store owner to send them basically a termination letter, so when the agreement is over, then you know what, we can put our ATM in. So you're going to have the store owner send them a termination letter for the agreement when the agreement is over. All right. Then what I'm going to do is I'm also going to get them to sign our agreement, so when that agreement is over, we're already in place to get our ATM in. All right, so you want to make sure, because it's a good point, because if you get them to terminate the letter and then you don't sign your agreement, guess what happens? Somebody else comes in there and now you're out after all this work. So you want to make sure it's a 1-2 punch. You got to do that in the right way. I guess it's 1-2. I don't know. So I was trying to, but it wasn't funny. But we're trying 1-2. There we go. That works out good. All right. So now here's the don'ts. Point number 4 is don't go in there. And what I always say is the cowboy effect. You're not going to go in there and muscle the other ATM owner out there. I believe in bad karma. I've seen some guys in the ATM business, they go in, they do a sawzall, they sawzall that ATM out, they throw it in the background or in the street, they put theirs in. They're a bunch of cowboys. You know what? I'm from Chicago. I don't want to mess around with anybody being a cowboy. You know what? Things happen, and I don't believe in doing those things. It's bad karma, and I don't need that kind of. The ATM's a clean business. I don't need all that cowboy stuff, but it does happen, so you guys might be aware of it. But what I don't do is I don't muscle the other guy out. Let the store owner handle that. Let the store owner take him out of the picture, and then you guys can put your ATM in. But I also abide by their location agreement. If they got a valid location agreement, I abide by that, because you know what? I've been on both sides of that, and you know what? At least I can make sure that, you know what, if we're on the other side, things don't happen bad to me, and I don't push that, because I'm always teaching that store owner how to get me out of the situation, or how to get rid of me if they want to. And so I don't educate them on that, and that's what I believe in not doing. Let the store owner get rid of that other ATM provider if the contract is up, if the location agreement is up. That's what I do. Again, I don't muscle that other ATM owner. And number 5 is, I don't empower that store owner to break that agreement with that ATM provider, because it's exactly what I said in point number 4. This hurts me later on around. Maybe that store owner, maybe he's got a nephew or a cousin or somebody, or maybe he wants to buy his own ATM, and now we've worked through the problems that other ATM provider was having. The ATM is working, we have money in it all the time, and now we're making money, and the store owner is like, well, you know what, I think I want to buy my own, or I got my cousin to come in here, or something like that. And now we work real hard to get us in a position to make money, and I taught them how to break those agreements. I don't do that. I never break those agreements. I just follow them, and then when they're up, then we come in. That's always the best way. So you don't educate them on how to get rid of you. You never want to do that. You know, you want to just create a good relationship and stay in the location as long as possible. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and smash that like button. Please comment down below this video that you liked, or any other videos that you have questions on. Well, we answer each and every one of those. Don't forget, we have the ATM A to Z course that teaches you from A to Z how to be successful in the ATM business. And we also sell ATMs, we service ATMs, we have parts in case you guys need anything in your ATM journey. So I just want to thank you guys very much, and I'll see you over at the ATM Mastermind group page. Thank you very much.